And right now, my work is concentrated really on how do we help caregivers, professional caregivers particularly, but also family caregivers, learn how to be with dying, bring the contemplative dimension into the experience of supporting dying people. How do we develop community around dying people? How do we infuse the work with a deep sense of ethics, where we're able to develop much more articulated moral character as a result of our encounter with mortality. And I really have to lay all of this at the feet of my grandmother. You know, she functioned as a good neighbor to many, many people. And when I was growing up and we'd go visit my grandmother, she would story me with her encounters, stories about her encounters with people who were dying. Her experience was something that reached right inside of me. And I'm very, I think, blessed for that. Because as I was growing up, I didn't feel so much an aversion toward, you know, difficulties with the human body. You know, I felt that sense of the sanctity of the human body, and at the same time, a great kind of spaciousness, and recognizing that we are not our bodies. You know, we're not our disease. Over the years, it brought me to the experience of sitting with dying people. My own grandmother's death, which was very difficult in many ways, also inspired me, you know, through time to make a difference in how people died in the West. So Upaya, the word is Sanskrit. It means skillful means, and it also means the craft of compassion. And I called the Zen Center that I established here, Upaya Zen Center, because it was a vision of mine to really bring meditation practice and also the practice of social service and social action into a kind of unity. You know, in Buddhism, we talk about these 4 forms of giving. You know, one is to give food and shelter and clothing. Another is to give wonderful advice to people. Another is to give the teachings, the wonderful Dharma of the Buddha. But I look on the most precious gift of giving is the gift of giving no fear. That is to say, meditation, which is, has a tradition of thousands of years, and where those of us who've done it are convinced that it's changed our minds in a fundamental way. But now we are having increasing evidence from neuroscience about the efficacy of these practices, which are basically about mental fitness, mental training, about the cultivation of attentional balance, emotional balance, of insight or wisdom, about reducing stress, about increasing resilience. So we teach that here. I mean, it's important, to have a level of arousal. You want to feel what the person's going through, but you have to be able to also let go and to, learn how to regulate those feelings, and also to kind of communicate the quality of acceptance that will help the dying person to not feel they have to cling to life any longer.